The world's most trusted banking vaults, mountains, and precision timepieces are all found in Switzerland, which recently experienced a financial earthquake that, to be honest, nobody anticipated. Switzerland has been the ultimate safe haven of wealth and the defender of gold for ages. However, the Swiss National Bank has now purportedly announced a revolutionary hybrid system that combines the cutting-edge technology of the future with the age-old foundation of value. They are using XRP to support their gold stockpiles. Yes, you heard correctly. Switzerland is setting a new benchmark for global wealth by fusing XRP, the most cutting-edge digital asset, with actual gold, the oldest form of currency. Additionally, this audacious action has sparked conjecture that the value of XRP could reach an astounding $100,000 per coin. Consider the moment's symbolic meaning. Switzerland is the world's financial vault, not merely another participant in the global financial scene. For generations, countries, businesses, and the ultra-wealthy have relied on the Swiss financial system to protect their most valuable assets. What does it mean for the future of money if Switzerland has now determined that XRP is deserving of joining its holiest gold reserves? It signals the end of the fiat era. It informs us that digital assets are becoming the foundation of the next global monetary order and are no longer merely side projects or experiments. We must stand back in order to appreciate the scope of this. Humanity's ultimate store of value has always been gold. Gold has endured through the rise and fall of empires and the emergence and disappearance of currencies. It is tangible, limited, and cannot be produced arbitrarily. However, gold has its limitations. It does not move at the speed of contemporary business. It is heavy, and it is difficult to transport. XRP is useful in this situation. XRP is quick, scalable, international, and compatible with the world financial system. Switzerland may have created the first real digital gold standard of the 21st century by fusing the durability of gold with the effectiveness of XRP. The whole financial industry may be impacted by this new structure. Imagine a digital vault in Zurich, where XRP serves as the settlement layer, and every ounce of Swiss gold is tokenized. Without the hassle of borders, banks, or antiquated procedures, wealth may now be transferred immediately across the world. Imagine countries moving their reserves in a matter of seconds rather than weeks using this technology. Envision businesses settling billion-dollar transactions in real time using a currency that is both backed by gold and driven by XRP's ledger technology. To be honest, the ramifications are simply astounding. We must inquire as to the fair market value of an asset if XRP is now linked to gold. The numbers are already being run by analysts. When you combine the limited supply of XRP with the whole amount of Switzerland's gold reserves, the estimated worth of each currency comes to about $100,000. That's only Switzerland, though. What if other countries do the same? What would happen if the BRICS countries choose to use XRP's rails to tokenize their gold reserves? What would happen if the Federal Reserve, the IMF, or even the G7 joined in? Even the most optimistic cryptocurrency supporters could not have predicted the rapid rise in the numbers. Legitimacy is more important here than price. Holders of XRP had been told for years that their vision was unattainable and that neither a central bank nor a government would ever adopt this technology. Switzerland, however, has completely reversed the situation. The willingness of the most reputable and conservative banking center in the world to support XRP with gold sends a message to all other financial institutions worldwide. XRP is no longer just conjecture. Infrastructure is what it is. It serves as the cornerstone of the financial system of the future. Let's now discuss geopolitics. Switzerland has maintained its neutrality throughout history, a reliable go-between in uncertain and conflictual times. They are putting themselves in a position where the old and new world orders converge by selecting XRP. Switzerland can be trusted by nations that do not trust one another. Furthermore, if Switzerland's new digital gold hybrid serves as the settlement layer for international trade, XRP will serve as the bridge currency for both finance and diplomacy. We have never seen financial soft power on this scale. Not to be overlooked is Switzerland's contribution to innovation. Switzerland has frequently been on the cutting edge of everything from commodity trade to financial secrecy. They are also ensuring their relevance in a world that is quickly shifting toward tokenization, blockchain, and central bank digital currencies by combining their gold with XRP. Other countries won't want to fall behind. Germany, France, China, and the United States will be forced to follow suit or risk losing their financial hegemony if Switzerland uses XRP to digitize its reserves. The biggest asset managers in the world are keeping an eye on it. Consider BlackRock employing XRP as the settlement layer to tokenize gold-backed ETFs. Consider the inflow of funds from sovereign wealth into the system. Consider the adoption of XRP by trillion-dollar pension funds, as it now has the legitimacy of both gold and Switzerland. This is no longer a niche play. A digital asset is being mainstreamed on the biggest platform possible. There will be opposition, of course. Fiat currency's old guard won't go down easily. The dominance of the US dollar is in jeopardy. XRP will be viewed as a threat by central banks that depend on the dollar for authority. Can they, however, stop it? History demonstrates that technology cannot be permanently repressed once it demonstrates its superiority. XRP backed by gold has the potential to upend money itself, much like the internet did for communication and streaming did for television. Let's now consider what life might be like in a world where this system is completely functional. Without losing value due to inflation or currency exchange, an Asian worker can instantaneously send money to family in Europe. With the assurance that the value of a gold-backed XRP token is as reliable as physical bullion and as quick as digital communications, an African company can use it to settle trade with a South American supplier. An asset that combines the scalability of blockchain technology with the timeless appeal of gold can be held by an investor. To be honest, this is a financial evolution, and there's little doubt that Switzerland's action might set off a chain reaction. With all of its oil resources, the Middle East may choose to use XRP to tokenize its oil reserves. Similar techniques could be used by Asian countries to support their strategic reserves. Thank you for viewing. Goodbye.